He'll call for the fair catch here. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really.
Oh, look out! He's inside the 40, at the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Tennessee!
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He'll pull it down. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Alabama pushing the tempo. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To the air, it's Milroe. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Volunteers. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? Chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. Fighting off the defender. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quick pass on the jet motion. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown tie! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Number 14 sets a kickoff.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Vols want to pick up the tempo.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Oh, he wants it all. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception.
He's loose. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Fires downfield. Got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Getting some heat. And they'll knock him down.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Let's get weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter, got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 10. Open runway ahead. He was off to the races, and they finally get him down at the 5-yard line.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stop? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. Ball skips out of bounds, penalty flag flies, and the onside kick is unsuccessful. Here comes the offense on first down. On the move, it's Sampson. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking to throw on second down. Gets it out quickly. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. And they'll take a knee. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats and you take the rankings and you take the records and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means so much in sports. Who's motivated for these games? So you do get up. It does become a good game, even when it's not a good game on paper.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.